70 years ago, a group of people came together with the plan to create an Episcopal church in Portola Valley. The flyer that was sent out by Kay Itel said, "Anyone interested in forming a community Protestant church sponsored by the Episcopal Diocese of San Francisco, come to coffee." Neighbors in the valley met for coffee, and they expressed interest in a Sunday school, as well as a formal worship service. This led to the first service, morning prayer, that was held in the summer cottage on the Itel property on Family Farm Road. The first service was held November 28, 1954. Bob and Charlotte Anderson and Bob and Judy Faulkner were de facto leaders of the effort to give birth to the new church. Now the question was, what land was available to build our new church? Stanley Mooreshead had land, a lot of land, above the town and along Portola Road. The estate was called El Mirador. According to Harold Brunbaum, Stanley was a sweet grump, but he was reluctant to part with his land. Stanley got a nudge from his wife Phoebe, who was a Christian Scientist, but was all in on nice churches in the neighborhood. 2 parcels along Portola Road were sold to the church committee at well below market price. By March 30th, 1955, Christ Church was recognized as a mission, and the first services were held in Portola Valley Elementary School. A fundraising effort was undertaken to fund the design and construction of a new church. Architectural renderings and a model were produced. The groundbreaking for the building was on March 27, 1957. The sanctuary was dedicated March 2, 1958, less than a year after construction started. The construction costs for the buildings, not including the office building, were capped at only $75,000. The building construction was carried out by parishioner John Jessup, who was also a general contractor and built the church on a cost basis. Christ Church has always been special in the diocese, and it started out special as well. No other parish had gone from mission to parish with its own buildings in 3 years, and that record has never been bested. In 1960, the parish hall was enlarged. In 1963, the office and library were added. In 1965, the wooden memorial bell tower was erected. And in 1979, the churchyard columbarium was dedicated. In the initial planning phases of Christ Church, Harold Brunbaum was a brand new deacon and then a brand new priest and became our first rector. In 1971, Harold resigned, and John Burns, later to become Oda Burns, became the rector. Father John was married to Marjorie Oda in 1985, and they had a daughter, Michael. Most of you know Marjorie, who continues to worship with us. Father John retired in 1996 after 25 years as a rector. Scott Hayashi was called to Christ Church in 1998. On the 30th anniversary of the original church construction, a new fundraising effort was undertaken to fund major upgrades. This was called Vision 87, a major renewal program. This renewal program overhauled the nave and altar area to allow for side aisles and transepts. The new Visser organ was installed, the narthex was added, and the patio area was finished. This brings us to our beautiful campus today.
Behold, behold, the morning sun begins his glorious way, his beams through all the nations run, and light convey.
Friends, God is always with us. God is with us when we have big, happy feelings where we're standing up tall. And God is also with us when we have sad, low feelings, when we feel down low. God is with us both of those times and every time in between. Do you remember when we were talking about the Christmas story and we learned what a shepherd is? Yeah. What kind of animal does a shepherd take care of? Sheep. That is right. Thank you, friends. This is good memory. A shepherd takes care of sheep. And sometimes you think about God as being like a shepherd because God takes care of us.
Looking forward this year, we have great hopes of recovering from the pandemic, beginning a search for a new rector, revitalizing the infrastructure and programs with Vital and Thriving, continuing our fabulous outreach programs and Caroline Preschool, spending more time caring for each other, and reaching out to our local community.